friends. This is Mike and Rob again from the Brewery Travel Channel. When we left you, we were in Bluffton, South Carolina. Then we went to Savannah, and we left Savannah to go to the Golden Isles, the southeast corner of Georgia, where I live, Mike.
That's a great place, you know. I mean, over here in St. Simon's super.
I like it a lot. Brunswick is the mainland town across the causeway from St. Simon's, and Brunswick has a brewery, Mike.
That's right. I believe it's called Silver Bluff.
Silver Bluff, and there's a really cool historical meaning to the name, but I'm not going to go into it now.
All right. Very good.
What'd you think of the brewery?
I think the brewery's super. It's a nice, large brewery again. It probably has seating for at least 50 people inside.
Yeah.
There's a bar that has places for seating. And then it's neat because you can go downstairs to a patio outside. And the outside patio is semi-covered, I would classify. They have entertainment there.
They do.
So it's a really nice place to just enjoy yourself in the afternoon.
It is, Mike. And I got to tell you, this is somewhat artistic and not necessarily the beer, but it goes to the environment. They have a stage set up with that looks like in front of a barn, and then they open the barn doors, and that's where the food truck sits, Mike.
Right.
And so it's a part of everything.
And as a matter of fact, when there's not a food truck there, they usually have cornhole and other games out there that you can play.
Absolutely do. They have, this is kind of funny, they have a rectangular piece, and I can't even guess the distances of these, but it's a rectangular piece of some size that has built-in sprinklers. And they turn them on, those sprinklers pop up, the kids love it. They run around and get wet and just love it.
One of the things we haven't mentioned very often, and part of the reason is because I just thought of one that we've covered before, Crooked Can. It's really surprising how many of these breweries are extremely family oriented.
Yes.
Your reference to the fact that they had the water coming up for the kids.
Yes.
The Crooked Can place had a whole playground for kids. And the first time we went there, it was just filled with kids having a birthday party. And I'm sure the same thing would be true what you're talking about.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Mike. And we've seen it. We've seen it several times because it's here and we go. Anyway, what did you think of their beer?
The beer's good. Their beer's good. It's kind of interesting because the four of us, my wife Bev and your wife Barb, you know, the four of us used to get together, and when we went to buy something, we all made it a point to get a different beer.
Yes.
We had a beer contest every time we went out.
Every single time.
And every time we Darkwin won. It used to be.
That's right, but somebody led the charge onto the lighter side.
They did.
And now, it's rare that we even get dark beer.
Well, that's because this guy does the IPA all the time.
That's true. So you may win everything if you find a black IPA.
But I tell you what, at Silver Bluff, I changed a little bit. I went to a double IPA.
There you go. Oh, what was it? I went to one too, Mike.
Beekeeper. Beekeeper was 8.3. Yeah. It was a small one, only like 10 ounces.
All right. Well, you know, Beekeeper is it's available in the stores. It's canned. This is a really good production brewery. But you know, the Jetty Crusher was the double I picked out.
All right.
And I thought it was better.
It was better.
We may need to have some of you guys come through Brunswick, stop at Silver Bluff, taste them both, and let us know.
Absolutely.
Because that way I'll win.
Welcome back, fellow travelers. We are here to talk about the second of the Golden Isles breweries. Bev and Mike had to go right after we shot the Silver Bluff portion of the show. So we're going to talk together about Barrier Island, which is on St. Simon's Island, which is where Barbara and I live. The first thing to say about Barrier Island is its location. Fabulous location on Ocean, which is a major street here on the island, and it is one block in front of the largest and most historic resort on the island, which is about a block depth of itself, which puts this brewery 2 blocks off the beach. An easy walk from the sand to the beer. Going back to a theme that we've covered before, is this a restaurant with beer or a brewery with food, this is very clearly a restaurant that brews its own beer. The owners are two very successful restaurateurs here on the island and in this part of Georgia. We enjoy their other restaurants and enjoy this one as well. The menu, fairly eclectic, from standards like pretzels to bacon wrapped dates, which you don't see at every other brewery. The beer. Talk about the beer. They have 8 of their own beers and 2 guest taps. Of the 8, 7 are in the 4% range and 5% range. So these are beers that you can drink with a dinner or with friends or over appetizers or whatever you want. You can drink these for a while. They're fairly low alcohol. That's not uncommon. What is a little bit uncommon is another thing that we've talked about before. The further south you go, the lighter the beer tends to be, and that is generally true in this case. Of the 8 that they're brewing, 3 have some color. There's a porter, there's an amber, and there's a red, which I had, and it's really, really, really good. Another beer that Barbara and I had was their Myrtle Beach Mexican Lager. It's a new offering, very good. If you're ever in St. Simon's Island, and by the way, if come to enjoy the beaches. I think my wife has a picture here of a early summer midweek day with the tide coming in. This is a wonderful, wonderful island and town. If you're here, make sure you get by Barrier Island Brewing. Good beer, great location. Okay, that's Barrier Island. In conclusion, I'd like to say that we have a couple of other shows in production right now. We're very close to finishing one from in the northern part of border town in Georgia, and we have the raw data to finish the Savannah, our Savannah 2, which I hope you'll enjoy. So we will see you then. Enjoy your beer.